We're playing games with my heart. You make me queer. You make me
Hello, we are live, we're broadcasting. Welcome to I said this in the wrong order. This is the magic of live internet. I'm Trevor Campbell, and this is You Made Me Queer, the show where queer people pick up a plastic baseball bat, and it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, they're out every time if it's me, because I am not so good at sports, and I never have been. That's right. On every episode of You Made Me Queer, I invite a fantastic 2S LGBTQIA plus guest, or two in this case, to point the fingers of blame at who and or what made them queer. Strike, you're out. That's what we're doing. We've done this before. We are brought to you live anywhere in the world. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe where you are, you've just woken up. Maybe you're having lunch. That's the magic of the internet. What you're doing and in what time zone you're doing it is, quite frankly, not my business. Although I do care and I would like to know. So you can drop that in the chat. What are you drinking right now? What are you eating? I just had a mint. I'm feeling very fresh. It's something you can appreciate through this medium, but just know that I've prepared for you. I'm not taking this seriously just because it's not in person. I'm fresh is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm already, quite frankly, completely out of things to say, so that sounds like the right time to use that magic of the internet and throw to some of my special guests. Yes, that's right. I said that I have not 1, not 3, but 2 guests joining me, and not from separate places, not from separate time zones, but very possibly from the one and same couch. So I'm not going to tell you too much. There are 2 people. They are about to be here. Without further ado, please put your sweet little YouTube hands together for 2 of the creators of AMC Plus and IFC's and OutTV's Slo Pitch, Gwenlyn and Knox.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, great. How are you?
Thank you. That got a bit sportscaster at the end.
I was on theme.
Thank you. I was a bit out of my comfort zone, but I thought, to use another sports reference, swing big.
Right? Heck yeah. Can I ask one question before we get started?
I demand it.
So in the intro, are those all the things that made you queer, or are they things that have made guests queer?
Real great question. So the theme song, that was a theme song by legendary Critty, lavenderbruisers.bandcamp.com. Please check her out. Critty crowdsourced those things and wrote it. My contribution was Howie Duro, His Abs in the Rain.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. I wanted to ask, but I'm thrilled to know the answer.
Thank you. Yes, I have a whole lot of things, but also, in retrospect, 100% Daniel Day-Lewis and My Beautiful Laundrette. Have you seen that?
That's why I was asking, because I was like, it's kind of a sexy moment, and I was curious about the Daniel Day-Lewis thing. I was like,
yeah,
I had to ask. I was like, what's going on with Trevor session with Daniel Day-Lewis? I'm quite curious.
I love it. Hold the mirror up to me, please. This is a flat hierarchy here. You can start hosting if you want.
I'd love to. So,
so we're all out of time. Also, the funny thing about My Beautiful Laundrette, not only is it Daniel Day-Lewis as a smoke show from start to finish, but everyone in that is, and there's the most I would say unnecessary, but necessary for some, female nudity right off the top.
Yeah. Who directed that?
Oh no, I don't know.
I'm doing it right now.
Drop it in the chat.
Right, you guys talk amongst yourselves while I'm directed.
Because I will say the other thing, that female nudity is one of the protagonist's cousins, who, for reasons I'm not completely clear on,
Oh, it's Stephen Frears. And Stephen Frears loves to put titties in movies.
There we go. Yeah, she's like, look at my boobs, cuz. Which is not my family's vibe, but I'm certainly not here to judge.
Yeah. Stephen Frears rocks. I had like forgotten. Yes, Dangerous Liaisons.
Oh.
Absolutely full of gratuitous titties.
Thank God.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I haven't watched in a while.
Well, I mean, maybe not gratuitous, but the sex scenes are a lot. Full on. Michelle Pfeiffer in that movie is undeniably hot.
Oh.
Her
Undeniably hot in
eyes
everything.
are just like, I mean, like, sure, everyone's like, okay, when is Michelle Pfeiffer the hottest? And everyone's like, Catwoman, she's so hot.
Many people would say Catwoman. She comes up on the show all the time.
Big disagree for me. When she is the Marquise de, no, she's not the Marquise de Nanteuil. She's
I don't know.
Madame Lavalois or something like that. Right?
That sounds made up.
I mean, it's something like that. I mean, well, listen,
It isn't made up.
Madame.
There's not about anything. But her breasts in that movie, not to diminish her talent or her incredible star quality, but those costumes, I mean, like, we've had the pleasure of playing women in like restoration plays.
Not enough, but yes.
Yes.
What corsets do to boobs, to breasts, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And yes, 100%. And first of all, I want to go back because you said that's not her talent. I think the way you leverage your boobs or whatever is certainly a talent. And also, what is there a sort of a male identifying equivalent of the bustier?
I don't know. I think that we're really due for a comeback of the codpiece.
100%.
My friend, I'm going to do a plug right off the top because why not? My friend Augustine has this amazing queer line called We Are Power, and he recently just designed this like great bespoke collection of bejeweled cod pieces that are made from like recycled plastics, and they're so cool.
Recycled plastics too?
Yeah, they're amazing. Like they're like, honestly, they're like works of art. And as soon as I saw what he had made, I was like, oh my God. And I immediately took to twitter.com to ask the internet, do you think I can pull off a cod piece?
And the answer is yes.
I mean, everyone said yes, but I was like, I don't know.
Also, thanks for clarifying twitter.com, not twitter.edu, which is also very popular. Yes, that's right, .co.au. What is the name of the codpiece business again?
We Are Power, but power is spelled PWR.
Okay, PW. Very, very Gen Z. Big fan of that. Use promo code You Made Me Queer for 10% off. I'm manifesting that discount.
Augustine would be thrilled.
Augustine, send me a codpiece. I'm an influencer.
Seriously, these codpieces, they're just they're to die for.
They're appropriate for every occasion.
Yeah,
weddings, proms.
I feel like prom. Boy is gonna start being like, okay, the girls get corsages, so we get the cod pieces.
It's perfect.
Yeah, we're about to get in the limousine. Everybody gets strapped in.
This feels right. This is good. I think this is the perfect segue because you are dropping hot takes and, quite frankly, you're taking over my show, which I'm furious about. So I imagine you're pretty mad too. And that's a smooth transition because that's what I deal in here. I deal in anger. I deal in anger with no place to put it. So we broadcast it. That's what we do these days. You know this. You work in TV.
There's no way. Television.
No,
What are you talking about?
television is all just hugs, sunshine, and rainbows. And,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
once the network execs kind of file it down. It's just a big Sony logo. Anyway, that's not my problem. My problem is you two, and I'm very happy about it. So I brought you here because we are, we're grown-up adults now. We're talking about cod pieces willy-nilly. No one can tell us what to do. But at one point, they could. And they did not realize that the things they were commanding us to do were actually making us queer at the time. Which is, here we are. Daniel Day-Lewis in that laundrette. actually, you know, some of those markings on your clothes tags where it's like the little iron with the X and like, I don't understand what half of those mean. One of you is warning, if you watch this a certain way, you will become queer. We didn't know how to read that.
Ah,
That's one of the reasons I'm here.
fantastic.
Oh.
You just washed the clothes. And
I put everything in the same cycle.
wow.
And now I want cod pieces. So here we are.
That's so funny because Daniel Day-Lewis made a movie later called Phantom Thread, which is actually the origin story of that tag.
Yes, it is. It's so beautiful. And Michelle Pfeiffer in that.
Oh,
Her
my
boobs.
oh my God. Yeah, if people haven't watched Phantom Thread, it's a queer masterpiece.
100%. A surprise ending that gets me every time.
Oh, absolutely.
But to take it back to you two, that's why I've called you here. I want to give you the rare chance to point the finger of blame in your sun-dappled living room, wherever the hell you are, to tell us once and for all, Gwenlyn and Knox, who and or what made you queer.
Who wants to go first?
Well, I can go first. I can mainly blame it on being sent to an all-girls summer camp. That really,
So kinky.
yeah, that did it.
Okay, take us there. How old were you? Where was this?
I was young, 10 years old the first year that I went.
Okay.
It was a sweet little YMCA camp, subsidized, and I think it was being YMCA like originally Christian, but like they phased that out by like,
Spicy!
2000.
Christian by way of the village people.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
But just almost all the counselors, I swear.
Like you had crushes on, or they were queer?
They were queer, and then it showed me how cool it was to be queer, and the rest is history.
Now you're gonna, for some of the conservatives listening, you're gonna have to pick that apart a bit because you're not. What are you suggesting? How did they show you?
I want to get anyone at the camp.
There's
in
not,
trouble.
it's not a grooming discourse podcast.
I mean, like they what? Did they give you like an Indigo Girls tape?
Oh my goodness, so much of formerly the Dixie Chicks, now the Chicks.
Okay.
A lot of that, a lot of guitar playing and canoeing. Have you seen canoeing arms? I mean,
Oh, yes.
yeah,
God bless us all.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
How would you say a canoeing arm stacks up against like a tennis arm?
I don't know. There were no tennis camps at this kind of camp.
That's for the bougie, the Ivy League children. I want to hazard a guess, and I don't know anything about sports, but I would say a canoe arm has a bigger shoulder, and a tennis arm is all seps.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, similar to I'd say like a swimming.
Okay. I was
You
gonna
know?
say more sinewy, less thick.
Oh, gee, I think swimming is pretty thick. Like,
Swimming, you're thick.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think also I've read that if you swim in colder temperatures, your body also like conserves fat because it will think you're gonna freeze like a whale.
Interesting.
Yeah. They say, yeah, I don't. Maybe my mom was just telling me this, but like, it's better. It's easier to become a competitive swimmer if you've got a little extra fat.
Oh,
Because you float better.
okay. If you got some of them curves.
Mm.
So you were up there, you were canoeing, queer folks everywhere, the chicks. You were 10 years old. And is this like far from the city? Where were you?
It was in Perth, Ontario.
Okay, sorry.
It doesn't exist anymore.
What, Perth?
The trains going by.
Mm.
Oh.
It's
all
Are
right.
you saying the camp doesn't exist or Perth doesn't exist?
Perth still exists, as far as I know.
Everyone in Perth is like, what the hell?
No, the camp, unfortunately,
Okay.
sold to, I don't know. I think now it's a mountain biking retreat or something.
I mean, hot but disappointing.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there we were in the canoe, singing a lot of Ani DeFranco. Both Hands was like, the first song I learned on guitar.
Oh my God. Finger picking both hands is like the equivalent of getting caught like wrist deep in a same-sex encounter. Like, you can't get queerer.
I know. And no one explains what it all means to
Yeah.
12-year-olds, but you get to be 14 and then it makes sense.
So
That's
hands is it's not the same as the end of the song Double Fist.
Oh, another clap.
wait, what? Double fist?
What? Not,
It's on her new record.
yeah.
She's still angry. Yeah, both hands. And none of this registered for me. And I think I found her. There was this cool older girl that stayed at our house for a while, and she was a skater and a raver. Her name was Nadine. Shout out Nadine. I thought she was the coolest person ever, and she introduced me to Ani DeFranco. And I don't know if I just never listened to the lyrics, but nothing about that song was sexual for me.
Wow.
It was just like both hands were, doing things with both hands. And then later I was like, oh,
Oh.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay, so were you, when you were at this camp and all this was happening, was this just sort of were you just, ooh, these are interesting people and I don't know why? Or were you starting to have piece something together like, I think I might be different?
You know what? I really didn't piece together that I was maybe different until about 14. After Bend It Like Beckham.
Oh my God, such a good one.
Yeah.
And that was Keira Knightley like on the cusp.
Oh, remember that silvery top? It's really just like a scarf kind of hanging off.
I do remember that.
Kind of back now, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
That is kind of, yeah. She, because she was not famous at all, to my knowledge. She was real fit. Like, talk about sinewy. That was sinewy Keira.
Oh my
Now
God.
that's sinewy,
Her
yeah.
abs
Mhm.
in that film.
Yeah.
Insane.
Her stomach.
Yeah.
Soccer playing abs.
Yeah. Yes. Someone just commented, this is, I'll say it for the podcast. Oh my God, Bend It Like Beckham made us all queer for a brief moment in time. That is true. I also remember there being, who were the people who had sex at the airport? Was that like the brother and his girlfriend? Or the sister and her boyfriend?
In Bend It Like
Oh.
Beckham?
Yeah.
In the car, they do.
In the car.
Yeah.
Because their family's really, like not the protagonist, but the protagonist's sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I remember thinking that whoever the guy is in the movie,
It was Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
yeah, okay, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. I remember thinking like he was less than appealing, and I didn't understand why they were all goo gaga over him, and like, and it set up that Keira Knightley's mom was paranoid that she'd seen her and Jasminda kissing on the street.
Right.
And I remember thinking that would be way better. That's a better
Then-
plot. Do that.
Then watery-eyed Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, who looked a bit like, this is a weird reference, but you know The Secret Garden?
Yes.
You know that kid, Colin, who's like real sickly and he never goes outside?
Oh, yeah.
That's the vibe I get from Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
Honestly, like, that Colin is like a really interesting character reference that I think you and I would use when writing a television show.
No, it's mine. Sorry, everyone heard it first.
Honestly, like we haven't put enough Colin into the television.
That's what we need. The real Collins of Perth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy who can't go outside. Yeah, it's a good
Not enough
character.
sickly Victorian boys.
Yeah.
It's true.
There's not enough sickly of Victorian boys in contemporary television.
The biggest,
matter.
100% the biggest mistake, and you can quote me on this, was waiting until they turned 18 to give them jobs. Start them at 5, put a cigarette in their hand, send them down a chimney, and then that's, we get a nice sickly Colin.
Oh,
No. Trevor Mayer. Okay, so let's swap over now.
oh. Okay, mine's a really I guess it's. I was going to say it's a really easy answer. So I grew up with 3 brothers.
Oh boy.
We got to watch 1 hour of television per day, and
Or were your parents strict?
they were strict with our television consumption because they wanted us to read and be intelligent and not go into making television.
Whoops.
Yeah, so we would often choose to watch the Much Music Video channel because it meant that we got to watch a lot of things because we could watch a bunch of music videos as opposed to one television program.
Yep.
And I was in grade 3, I was 8 years old, and the Britney Spears Stronger video came on for the first time, and Britney Spears doing that dance with the chair really
yeah.
made me kind of for the first time go, oh. And it was it's so sad. It's so sad for me because I was raised Catholic. So
Same.
being
Sorry.
gay was not accepted, was not
Sorry
acceptable.
to you both.
So I remember like being turned on, but also like fearful because I was like, oh no. I was like, I like this a lot.
And then what sometimes happens is you're unable to distinguish between fear and arousal.
No, it's complicated, and now I'm like, that's why.
I know.
Dude.
Oh no. Okay, so that really resonates with me. I was a big Britney Spears stan early in the day. I was their, Grand Floor Baby One More Time, but was it not until Stronger, like, was Oops, I Did It Again with that red vinyl catsuit?
What that didn't do it for me for whatever
wasn't it?
And it was the Stronger video. It was like I think it was the like I don't know because like she's like empowered in it maybe and like the dancing with the chair was just so like there's
Gwenlyn, do you know this one?
sexy.
I don't know if I do. You know what? I think I thought you were talking about the not a woman, not a girl, not yet a woman.
Not a woman, also not a girl.
It's like very thick. It's in like a white studio. It's a silver chair, and she does a lot of like spinning on the chair, and then she kind of sits down on it.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
She's kind of like humping it a little bit.
And then, am I right that at the end she's on a motorcycle on a bridge, or there's like an interlude, and she like skids in the rain?
I have no idea. The only moment that is like indelibly seared into my cerebral cortex
The chair.
is the chair moment, because that was the moment that it was like, oh my God.
Yep. Okay, so 2 questions. Question number 1, did you then try and buy that chair or like get that chair into your life? And question 2, did you learn that choreography?
No, I was obsessed with this like lime green bucket chair for my teacher.
No. This is like 2002?
Yeah, exactly. No, earlier than that. It would have been 2000 and like I was 8, so it would have been like 2000. It would have been. This is like in the 90s.
Oh, you were 8.
Wait, does that even make sense? I remember being in grade 3.
Yeah, you would have been 8.
Should we do a quick Google and find out when the Stronger music
You
video?
can Google it. I will age myself and tell you I was late high school when Stronger came out.
Oh, Stronger music video.
Yeah.
So you probably have a better memory of it than.
Well, I remember I was all, there were sort of 2 roads diverged in Yellowwood at the time, and one was towards Christina Aguilera and one was towards Britney Spears. And I, Gwenlyn and Knox, took the road less traveled because I liked them both a lot.
Dirty.
Sorry, which is the road less traveled?
Dirty.
The road less traveled is the one where I don't have to choose between 2,000 pop idols.
Songs.
I buried the lead in that. I apologize.
Okay, so this is saying 2000, so I may be off in my numbers.
Timeline.
In my timeline. I
Okay.
in grade 3, but that makes sense. Like, was I even thinking about any sex when I was in grade 3? Anyways,
I was a bit, but like not aware that I was.
right.
Yeah, I was a slow developer in that. I remember everyone being obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I was kind of like,
What?
Yeah, he never did it for me.
Like,
Yeah.
I understand now. But
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the time, I was like, it's just he kind of looks like the boys at school.
Yeah, 100%. He had that. I always picture early Leo as the beach Leo with like the center part, the puka shell necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. We worked with what we had at the time.
To bring it back to this lime green IKEA bucket.
But please.
Okay, I mean, let's get back to the important things here. I did not get the Britney Spears Stronger video silver chair. Wow.
Thank you, producers. We are looking at the chair now. Britney is in a black sequin halter.
And isn't doesn't it switch back and forth between like a white background and I feel like this is Mandela effect right now, because if you had asked me to like bet $5,000 that she was in white,
Yeah,
it was a white background, I would have bet that.
Do you know what? I think because we couldn't do special effects at the time. And so I think there was a point though where she like threw the chair off screen and then another chair came on and it like flipped the palette.
I think so too, because I remember,
Yeah.
because in my mind, it was the white screen, not the black screen, that made me queer.
Wait, that's the one.
I don't know what that says about me.
Is it like an angel devil thing?
The angel made me.
Catholicism.
Yes, exactly.
There it is.
Like, there's the devil shall not be
That's
tempted. But then we switched
you.
to sort of angelic scene, and I was like, wait a second here. Jesus is telling me Britney's hot, and I gotta say amen, Lord.
Yes, and I want to give some props to that accent. You have done restoration plays, obviously, as is evidenced by your RP. So let's go back to that. Was it a beanbag chair?
No, it was a lime green bucket.
Listen,
chair.
okay, listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that I saved all my little pennies for, and I wrote lots of. Yeah, I bought it myself because my parents were like, that is so ugly and stupid.
They're like, we have money for it. We're just not. We don't have bad taste.
So I saved up all my little pennies from it, and like,
Oh, good.
I got it either because like I don't know, could you order things on the internet from IKEA in like 2000 and like?
You could order from the catalog.
Yeah,
That's right, but there was not a website.
we did
Yes.
order from the catalog.
Mhm.
Anyways, I wrote a lot of poems in that bucket chair,
Oh yes,
and
that's where you two enter. That's some Ani DeFranco bullshit.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. What poems about Britney in the Stronger video?
well, I was gonna say like not exactly about that, but like definitely circling the drain.
Yeah.
Drain on that, you know?
Yeah.
I was
Totally.
probably trying to esoteric it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, like
More about like Cleopatra.
that's right. In the white background of her pyramid. That's
grown.
That's a,
Mistress.
now she does. I want to stay there, but I'm going to move on. Does she still do it for you now?
I want to say I'm gonna like plead the fifth on that because I
Yeah, I know. She's been through enough.
yeah,
Complicated.
yeah. So I'm gonna say like yeah, of course, yeah, yeah.
Okay. She's great. I don't know if she listens to the show, but you know what? She doesn't need to be dragged or dunked at this point in her life.
No, 100% still hottie. Yeah, 100% still does. Like,
Always. She's got it. She's got it. Also, a special shout out to, I think it was the Sometimes video. Really the kind of thing that this is like when Full House was prime time. Like a video that was considered sexy at the time and now is the equivalent of like a Precious Moments figurine. But in the Sometimes video, she's on a pier.
sometimes
And
I
sh-
fun.
Sometimes I had. She's in like a fuzzy little crop top sweater.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
She looks like a kitten, and yeah, very cute.
Yeah, she's a sweetie. And to answer your other question about did I learn choreography, no. I'm really okay. So
Can I tell you? I hope you went to answer that question. Cue music, and then you just fully give it.
that would be so cool.
I'd rather hear the poetry, to be honest.
But when can you testify this? Like, so I am a pretty good dancer, but I'm very, very bad at learning choreography.
Okay,
Yeah.
you've got to generate it.
I have to generate it.
Self-generate
Like on the
it.
dance floor, people are like, wow, you're a pretty good dancer. And I'm like, thanks so much. But one time for a television show, Gwen and I had to learn a dance. And I was definitely the worst one, but I worked really, really hard. And then I was probably like maybe just the third worst one.
Oh no!
Damn.
Yeah, it was really hard.
Wait, did you learn this dance too, Gwendolyn?
Yeah, we both had to
we
learn
learned
it.
together. Mhm.
Yeah.
And actually, for the latest season of our show, Slo Pitch,
Yeah.
we choreographed
Oh my god, that's so funny. I forgot about that.
a little like cheer dance thing, which I couldn't do any moves.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see it, but that's bad podcast content, so it's fine.
Bad podcast content, but I can tell you that it was extremely embarrassing for us to like tape ourselves doing the choreography so we could send it to the rest.
Right.
We needed to learn it. We didn't have to do it in the show, but it's one of those like weird jobs where like sometimes as a showrunner, you have to do things you never thought you would have to do. And we were like, okay, so we don't have time to hire a choreographer to do this. So
Right.
we have to do it. So
Right. A little skinnamarink dink arms.
so for the next 2 hours, we're just gonna make up a dance and film it and then send it out. And that's what we're doing today as showrunners.
I love it. People are like, wow, like they imagine when you make it or when you have a show on TV, it's all just glamour and craft services, but it's hand choreo.
Yeah, and hand choreo and like cleaning toilets. Like honestly,
Wait, why?
no, I mean like I always just say that. I'm always like, I still clean a toilet. Like,
Do you just wait a couple more years, you get that real money, you're going to buy all the silver chairs you want.
no, I can't wait.
All the clean.
Lime green bucket chairs from IKEA.
That is like, what's the show I want to reference? Secret History of Alex Mack? Is that what it's called?
I haven't watched it.
You know what? I think that predates you because you were 8 when Stronger came out. Anyway, a green bucket chair is the kind of thing we respected at one point in history.
Honestly, it was my prized possession.
Oh, yeah.
Shag carpet. Yeah.
Oh, gorge. I wonder if I had like my biggest 2000s tacky thing.
Yeah, tell us.
Well, the thing I definitely thought, I never had this, but I thought was so cool. Have you seen pictures of those really old iMacs that were like one color and like hard plastic?
And like bulbous.
Trevor,
Enormous.
it's so funny you bring it up. If we could show you the receipts, Gwen and I were writing a pilot today, and we were Googling when that iMac came out.
When do you know it? Is it like 99?
Well, we put that it was from 2002.
That sounds right.
But it felt like it had maybe been earlier in
It
our
was so big.
memories, but
So heavy.
So heavy.
I know. Talk about the 3 ways to get arms: canoeing, tennis, and lifting that computer.
Yeah. You know what? I just Googled lime green IKEA bucket chair, and the exact one came up right away. You can buy it on Etsy for $114.
Money well spent.
This is just the...
You can expense
you
that.
go.
Also, someone in the chat just said, I loved Alex Mack. Thank you. At one point, she turned using like early bad CG into like this liquid metal and then would skitter around the floor. I think she lived too close to a nuclear power plant. It's actually quite a dark story. She's probably dead now if that poisoning is what it looked like.
Yeah.
It's fine. Burn bright, die young. So anything else? So we've had, let's go back. We've had Brittany most recently. We had summer camp. What was your second one?
Well, I mentioned Bend It Like Beckham, but I'm also
Yes.
I'm remembering a tweet that I saw recently, so I can't take full credit for this. Shout out to that tweet. But it made
Great citation. That'll hold up.
But it was about how like someone had like a bisexual awakening to Casper, the end of Casper, and like Christina Ricci is so hot, but like also Casper when he turns into a boy is really hot. And I was like, whoa, that really speaks to me. I definitely thought they were both super cute.
So wait, Casper, when I love some more Alex Mack love. So you're saying Casper as the cute ghost, and then Casper as the dead boy?
Casper is the dead boy. Not
You said it, not me.
I don't know if this is less problematic, but I was not attracted to the ghost.
Okay, just the corpse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The ghosts out there, Gwen. No.
Hey, canceled.
But,
But all the necrophiliacs are like, yeah, representation.
this is true.
But then also the very much alive Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
Okay. For yes to Christina Ricci's side. I also recently watched, I almost called it Leather Jackets, and it's called, oh no, what's it called?
Breakers.
No, did you say Heartbreakers?
Jawbreaker.
Also not Jawbreakers, a Rose McGowan movie.
Right.
Also from 2002. Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets, yes.
Christina Ricci has an incredible character actress role in that, and I did not realize it was her until the second last episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Haven't watched it.
Missy Higgins, who 100% deserves a spin-off. You have to watch this show.
Okay.
There's a lot of parallels to Slo Pitch.
You watched all of it?
A lot of parallels to Slo Pitch, huh?
I mean, I'm not saying you stole the idea. Can you imagine? Just kidding.
I did watch the show, but I don't know what's similar.
My only parallel is that 2 sports teams, and a lot of cis female representation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, Christina Ricci, take us there. So Christina Ricci, for people who are under 18, was an enormous sort of like one of the weird girl stars of the 90s, like the Thora Birches and the other folks like that. Whenever there was like a weird girl in town, it was usually played by Christina Ricci.
Yes. She made a great turn as Wednesday Addams as well.
Yes. Shout out to her boobs in the chat. Thank you. She was so good as Wednesday Addams.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what, is there an era of Christina Ricci that really rang your bell?
I mean, at the time,
Oh, it was Casper.
Casper era.
Okay.
Definitely inappropriate for me to say now, though.
No, because you were of that age.
But I was of the age. Yeah.
Also, I mean, we're meeting for the first time, if you can call this meeting, but you have some Christina Ricci Casper parallels. Certainly you have the same kind of hair, like the thick
You're
hair.
not wrong. I can see it. They have the same apple cheeks too.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yes.
Christina with the cheeks.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And
You could play her in a biopic.
You could, 100%. Yeah.
Hollywood, are you listening?
Who would direct that? Who would direct it?
Michelle Pfeiffer? No, she'll be the intimacy coach.
Yeah.
Exactly. Also, Hollywood, I will show my tits in a Christina Ricci biopic.
Okay.
There you go. It's on paper. We'll have the director from, you know who loves boobs in a movie? The director from My Beautiful Andret. It's full circle.
Oh, this is true.
Right.
Stephen Freer.
Stephen Freer, Christina Ricci, Michelle Pfeiffer. Get on the phone.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah, that's... Oh, please.
I was gonna say I think maybe Sophia Coppola should direct it.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be a dream for me.
Okay, perfect.
And would
She's...
be watchable with the nudity.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It would be tasteful. It would be like through a doily.
Yeah.
With like a great, like what some incredible soundtrack would be playing.
Oh yeah, she's what a
Great taste.
Great taste, but also like who's her music supervisor? What are her music budgets?
Get out.
Get out of here! Oh my God, you get the strokes for Maria Antoinette. Come
on.
on.
Please, are you kidding? I have to use royalty free. I've got Critty, and then I've got like royalty free elevator music.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a certain charm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The amount of times that like we're in post production, we're googling like, is blank song public domain? Is blank song public domain? It's
That's why the entire soundtrack of Slo Pitch is Tchaikovsky.
Well, there's definitely some Tchaikovsky in it.
Yes.
Also, we wanted
Oh yeah,
to get the rights to. Can I also say your queer icon Vanessa Carlton's song?
Oh, queer icon, absolutely. 1,000 Miles?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we couldn't afford it, so instead we subbed it in with the natural replacement. Danny Boy, classic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. I think that piano riff to, you know, they say like every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings or whatever.
Yeah.
Every time that piano riff plays, someone becomes a lesbian somewhere in the world.
Oh.
And in one recording of that song, it plays like 10 times.
We really should have ponied up for that.
I know.
I wonder how much. You know what? We'll start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the bag now.
It's fine. Well, they'll put it back post production
Done and dusted.
Mm-hmm.
for the Criterion release, y'all.
That's good. Yeah.
Vanessa, slide into my DMs, BB. Okay, so we are running out of time. So is there anyone else you want to blame, Gwenlyn and Knox?
Gosh. Blame. Mm-hmm.
This is your chance. No holds barred.
I mean, this isn't exactly about making me queer necessarily. I mean, I think my parents had a lot to do with it, potentially all of their fault.
You being queer?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good 11th hour throw. Why did your parents make you queer?
Watching.
Spicy. but no, they, raised me right. And I was blessed to have a gay uncle. And that sort of taught me early on, or I made an assumption as a young person that any two adults living together were in love.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and it probably took until I was honestly like 6 years old to figure out that wasn't the case.
Oh,
That people live together platonically.
that is so cool.
I don't want to go deep because this is not my therapy, but my assumption was every two adults who lived together hated one another. Anyway, please continue with your story.
Well, that's all. I just like anytime I'd meet. I mean, specifically, I'm thinking about two of my parents' friends who are both women who lived together, and it just one of them was also named Leslie, and I feel like is associated with Leslie and lesbian.
Yeah.
Led me to the conclusion that, of course, Leslie and her roommate are lovers. And
How old were they? And they just said they were roommates? Did they play a sport together?
no, they were
Boston cousin.
making me rethink everything. Missionaries?
Oh,
They were both missionaries.
Yeah.
I mean,
with a rather good rowing arm on both.
yes, the biceps on her. Were they in a bowling team together, or did either of them own their own bowling ball?
I don't know enough about them.
That's fine. It's okay.
Probably
But
better
they...
together though.
Okay, but seeing this idea of like, so because you thought every pair of people living together were in love, you thought the world was full of same-sex couples.
Good.
That is so cool.
That is cool.
We did talk about this, but it kind of is only hitting me like right now.
There you
Yeah,
go.
like we definitely. I know this narrative from you, but I forgot it, and now that I'm hearing it again, I'm like, oh, I love that.
I love that. I love that. Because then you're just like, we don't need it to get better. It's better. There are queer people everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Stop marching. Go home. Okay, so that's a real good one. So all adults, also your parent. Wait, that's too broad. All same-sex pairs who lived in one house.
Yeah.
Your parents, Christina Ricci, summer camp, Bend It Like Beckham.
It's pretty good.
That's a lot.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's like, yeah. That's full jury duty, which I think is 10 days. Like that's a case.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're
Okay.
on.
You're on.
Your Honor.
Case is closed. Do you have any final additions?
Yes.
Closing statements from the
Closing
defense.
statement?
Closing statements.
Let me think about things I know about you that might have.
Oh, well, I haven't.
Oh, give it to us.
Well, I mean, not to like bring it back to like really serious or like kind of like personal, like
let's get earnest.
earnest.
I know. If not now, when?
Exactly. So the IKEA green bucket chair.
That's right. Even though you never got it.
That was my tip, everybody.
Yeah. And I want to know, because it had some brand name like the Clorp.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was.
I did know what it was. It for sure did.
Because I want you to write a show with a character named that.
It's called
As-
the Tulsa tub chair.
It's funny.
And are you turned on? Because I'm turned on.
I mean,
Tub
listen,
chair.
I read a lot of
Tub chair.
historical fiction biographies about famous women from the past in there.
Oh,
And
wow.
like I was like, oh my god, I can't even remember like what's the name of that writer that you like that writes historical female biographies?
Oh, Philippa Gregory.
Philippa
But-
Gregory.
Oh, yes. It's all like the queen of
Yeah, like
the Wind Castle.
Scots or like
Yeah.
Didn't you read those series? They were kind of like American Girl doll books, but like they looked the same, but they were about like princesses and queens. Like there's a Queen Elizabeth one, there's a Cleopatra one.
Oh, cute.
I read the extremely adult ones that had like really graphic sex scenes in
Right.
them because I was like, because there was nothing else for me to do except for sit in my IKEA green bucket chair and read.
That's right. And try and learn and fail at learning that Britney choreo. My mom was a big Danielle Steele fan, and I would steal her Danielle Steele books after she finished them and read them. And that was like, they were lewd, but not to like not sex, it got real close, and there were a lot of like metaphors of like the flower garden, or like they you know.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, but it was hot.
It's amazing, like the words that they use to replace. You know, when the sex scenes come so fast and furious, you can't just say vagina, 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 vagina.
Well, you could, but they didn't. Yeah.
But we
Rosebud.
I mean, this is
Consent.
Rosebud.
for a reason, and so you know, they find different words for it, and the words that they do use to replace vagina are often really not so good.
I mean, this is my moment to throw in the Torsta Tubman green bucket chair.
Oh my God! Yes,
What I call a vagina.
yes. She took her two hands and
That's right.
sides with poster lime green.
So hot. Use promo code You Made Me Queer for Philippa Gregory and Danielle Steelbooks and cod pieces.
Yes.
I'm going to have to cut you off there. I feel like both of you have more, but I'm comfortable with you keeping secrets for now. I get it. You work in the arts.
Totally.
The-
It's good to be, we're definitely maintaining a lot of mystery here after.
That's right. Save it for the next series. But before I let you go, would you like to play a game?
Let's go.
Always.
I'm so excited. This game is called Queer, Queerer, Queerest.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3 things. Your job is to put them in order from least queer to most queer and tell me why.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ready for this?
Okay. I hope I don't play it.
We'll do it together.
Okay.
Here we go. And that was a lyric citation from Britney Spears' Stronger. Thing number 1. The liminal space. Okay, when you're at a sports game, the liminal space between when you're on the Jumbotron and when you realize you're on the Jumbotron.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a
The-
really good moment.
It's very specific.
It's a charged moment.
Love that.
Thing number 2. White pants. Just white pants.
Yeah.
Very popular in sports. Thing number 3. This is a very specific sports mascot from the St. Paul Saints. It is a pig named Mudonna. Named by the fans, apparently. It's a cis female pig named Mudonna. So, your 3 things: the liminal space before you realize you're on the Jumbotron, white pants, and Mudonna, least queer to most queer, and why?
Okay, I think number 1,
What?
Madonna.
Madonna, you think?
I think so because, like, honestly, if anything is like crossing the line between human and animal, it automatically enters a space of like nebulous sort of like direction sexually,
Gosh.
and it opens up a kind of larger discussion with regards to like just sort of like not quite traditional sexuality, period.
Right.
And the fact that a mascot is a cis woman that's also a cow.
See, that
Like
to
that
me-
feels pretty fun.
No, she's a pig.
Oh, she's a pig. Why
She's a pig.
Blue Donna then?
See, this
And it's spelled M-U. What's that, Gwenlyn?
I think Madonna's trying too hard.
Okay, so Gwenlyn disagrees.
I disagree.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So where are you putting the pig cow?
I'm putting Madonna at the bottom.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's not
We've got polls.
for me.
Okay.
Number 1.
Okay, we're opposite.
I think the sort of the nuance that you could explore with regards to bestiality. Anyways, I think Glenn was going to go white pants for number 1.
I'm gonna go white
So
pants.
You go ahead and explain to us.
Well, first of all, I want to say showrunner coming out with the emotional climax and then working backwards is a bold choice. But here we go. So we've got Mudonna on the bookends, and then wait, are you saying white pants are queerer, like number 2?
For me, I think queer pants.
White pants.
Enough said.
White pants are the queerest. I think.
I was
Oh,
going to say they're number 2
Seconds?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
Why?
It's just a feeling.
Yeah.
I know what you
I
mean.
get that.
Mhm.
Kind of like there's something about the I don't know. It's interesting. Why is it?
analyze it.
I think it's like, okay, here's the thing is like when you think white pants, there's kind of like, here I am going to go.
There's a danger to it.
Like I'm going to like intellectual territory about it again because I'm like, let's get Freudian on this podcast. We're playing a game for folks.
And also not to interrupt, but for our audio quality, could you lean in a little bit closer?
Oh my God, yes.
I like that you're playing hard to get, but. Okay.
So I think like, you know, when you think about white pants, there's always the danger of menstruating into those white pants
Or sitting on something.
Yes.
And so there is something like kind of like inherently dangerously like femininely sexual about white pants.
Yeah.
If a guy wears white pants, might get dirt on it. But if a woman wears white pants, she is basically saying to the world, IDGAF, my feminine energy is on display to the world.
I cannot tell you how many shows I've watched where as soon as a character walks in white pants, you're like, oh, this is the menstruation episode.
I know.
It's when you become an adult or, you know, your sexuality blossoms.
Yeah. There's something like very, there's something very, and listen, let's go back to my initial answer about, you know, what made me queer. Britney Spears, white pants. That movie, that's what
God, she loves a white pant. And I will, to go to your other thing, sitting in dirt, I will never, ever buy or wear white pants because they would just get ruined so quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do either of you own white pants?
like loads. I love white. I wear white all the
Get
time.
out.
I love it. I wear white pants. Yeah. I have several pairs of white pants. Yeah.
Admire. It's not for me.
It's not for you. You don't. Well, we established from the top, I don't know how to wash my own clothes, apparently. That's why I host a show. So you take the white pants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
What's your number? So what's your number two?
The
liminal space.
liminal space.
So wait, both of you agree middle is white pants?
Yes.
Oh, no, wait.
No,
Gwenlyn, you said number one.
white pants is top for me.
Yeah. And number two is liminal space.
Is liminal space, but I could go both ways.
Okay.
Okay, take us there. Tell us why.
Okay, the liminal space.
I'm going number three for liminal space. I think it's the least.
Oh,
I think it's the least.
wow.
It just makes me think of
Hetero couples kissing on Jumbotron.
No, it makes me think of like getting caught.
Yeah, it got kind of like a voyeuristic exhibitionist thing too.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And getting caught is integral to my queer experience.
That's right. Take us back to the shame. Yeah, I feel, because I'm thinking recently, I think JoJo Siwa, Dancer to the Stars, was on the Jumbotron and then immediately kissed their girlfriend or their partner or something in a same-sex big moment. So that can be empowering. Or what if you're just sneaking a little, I'm on my secret date with my same-sex partner or my queer partner, and then suddenly broadcast.
Yeah. Anyway, that's where I go with it.
That's good. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But for you, it leaves you cold, Knox. What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it that like feels like, I don't know, like I maybe I just, this is my latent distrust in like establishment media. It just feels opportunistic and like
Fake news.
And like they're gonna be like, oh, let's get this super couple on. I don't know. It just feels to me like, and I feel like I've like seen it in rom-coms so much. It just feels like almost like it belongs in like, I don't know, like conservative country a little bit, and like I don't know. It feels pretty straight to me.
Do you know what? That's funny because I recently went to a baseball game because I like the social atmosphere and I like a Haagen-Dazs in the fresh air. And I remember seeing, first of all, I was like, this is a vibe I don't spend a lot of time in. It really struck me. And then seeing people on the Jumbotron, I was like, I love attention and I have no interest in being on that Jumbotron. It just felt a bit like, please don't pick me.
I know what you mean. I would also be very embarrassed to be on the Jumbotron.
God, me too.
Not like that at all.
But that's why I
Right.
think that distinction, I totally like Jumbotrons straight. The liminal space.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you. We didn't say the Jumbotron. We said the phenomenon and the moment.
Yeah. The moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment of indecision.
I love that. You know what? Here's my pitch for you. My slow pitch. I hate myself so much. I'm so sorry. You do a show and Each episode is just that liminal space. So it's like 9-second episodes. And just the scene is just what happens before they realize they're on camera.
It's perfect for like a TikTok.
Wow.
No, it's full. It's broadcast. It's showtime. Hang on. We've got a great comment. Parallels. Okay. But the parallel between the liminal space moment to some coming out stories where everyone knows except you, but everyone's excited once you. Pretty. You know, it'd be great if like you're on the jumbotron.
Airtight analysis.
I love that because imagine you're on the jumbotron. You haven't had your awakening. And everyone sees you and simultaneously yells in the stadium, "You're a lesbian," or something. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Me?
Wow.
Who, me? And then you do the stronger dance immediately.
Oh my goodness.
That would be great. Well, great. So let me check your marks. Even though you disagree, I'm going to use both hands. One hand to check one set of marks, one hand to check the other. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, 100% for both of you. You are both, in fact, queer people.
What?
Oh my god! Whoa.
Wait, hang on a second. Do the moment when we're on the jumbotron and it happened. Okay, tell us one more time, Trevor.
Okay, and stepping up to the... Thank you, Mudonna. And next up for inning number 9 is these two queer people on the jumbotron. Wave to the queers. Yeah. For people who can't see this, they looked confused and then really empowered, and then they drank from a tall can. It was special. It was very special. So thank you so much. This was a joy for me. I started out angry. In the middle, I got a bit confused and nostalgic, and now I'm just tired, to be honest. So thank you for that. And before I let you go, anything you want to plug?
Yes, our television program that we'd sort of, chatted about a bit.
Dial it down.
Called Slo Pitch.
Yeah.
Pitch.
Yeah.
You can find it on OutTV in Canada.
And on AMC Plus, also in Canada, but in America.
On IFC.
On IFC. It is an amazing television program about a mostly queer, mostly female and non-binary Slo Pitch team. And it's like basically The Office meets League of Their Own, and it's hilarious. And we want everyone to watch it. So if you think that sounds funny, you should check it out.
100%. Yes, please do that. What a succinct description. The Office and A League of Their Own. And what else? Isn't that what we've been fighting for?
Right.
Thank you. Any other like Insta social handles you want to drop, or you want people to do the work?
I mean, you can Google both of our names and then Instagram, and it will come up. But
yeah,
it is Knox.x.x.x.
It's fine.
/ IKEA green bucket chair.
That's right. .edu. Perfect. And they use the same account. Knox and Gwenlyn.
Yes.
So happy about that. Yeah.
And
Perfect.
Just Slo Pitch series.
Slo Pitch series.
Yeah.
Do it at Slo Pitch series. Go check this out. God knows we all need something to laugh about these days. So please go watch it. And oh look, in our chat we have the handles added. What a team. And I want to thank you, Gwenlyn and Knox, because not only was this a lot of fun, I was very queer when this conversation started. And speaking with both of you has made me queerer than ever.
Oh my God, do we get added to the theme song now?
We're gonna have to write you in. You and whoever that boy's with dead body from the Casper movie.
Oh, Colin from Secret Garden?
Corpses and corpses and piles of corpses. Yeah, it's fine. It's so fine. We have vaccinations for that now. Whatever got him. Was it cholera? It's fine.
Oh my God.
Anyway, this was a joy. Thank you so much. Be safe out on that Slo Pitch field.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
Have a wonderful day, Trevor.
Thank you. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.